What's up everybody, it's Cama, and in this video, what I want to share with you is the law of attraction explained simply. So if you're just a beginner, or maybe you have some awareness around the law of attraction, but you want some practical tools or a deeper understanding about how this actually works, I'm going to be breaking down so simply for you how this actually works. So sit back, relax, get a pen and paper out, because you might want to write some of this stuff down that's really going to help you attract something new into your life. Maybe for you, you want more money, or a better career, or better people, or maybe you just want to attract different circumstances and events into your life that's going to support you on your journey with wherever you're going. So here's how this works. I'm going to be breaking down for you the path of manifestation, right? So if you want to create a new result, you need to be thinking about what the process actually is in order for you to attract something different or for you to achieve something different. Right, so this is how it works. This is the path to manifestation. Let me get my black pen actually, because then that's going to be inconsistent with the text here. So, all of you, you're probably watching this video because you want something different here, and that is a difference. You want a different result. So maybe for you, it's a different body type. Or a different weight loss or something like that, or you want to increase muscle, or maybe for you it's more money, or maybe for you it's a better career, or maybe it's a bigger house, a better car. You want something different than what you have right now. That's pretty clear. But what you want to think about is how this actually is created, because this is in the external world. And what you need to realize is that it is your internal world that creates your external world. It is what's invisible that creates what's visible. If you think about a tree, let's say we have an apple tree, right? What creates the fruits is the roots. It is what's under the ground that creates what's above the ground. And it's the same thing with this. If you're trying to change the fruits, the results, you need to be thinking about that it is first created by these two things here. And that is, number one, it's first created by your thoughts, right? Now, we have thoughts that are with our conscious mind, which makes up 8% of our actual mind, and then we have our subconscious mind, which makes up 88% of our minds. So the subconscious is all about the things that you're not aware of. So at any given time, we are processing billions of pieces of information every single second. But then we have our conscious mind, which is only aware of a few things, because if we were aware of every single thing at any given moment, imagine how overwhelmed would actually be if we were conscious of the billions of pieces of information around us at every given second. So we narrow it down into this tunnel vision of a few things at a time. Right? So maybe right now you're conscious of my words, you're conscious of what I'm wearing, you're conscious of the meaning behind the words and so on, right? But you're not aware of every other thing, like the sound in the background that you're currently probably paying attention to right now, or the amount of times that you're blinking as you're watching this video until I actually brought it to your conscious awareness now. But before that, it was in the subconscious mind. You get it? So here's what happens now. Your thought determines your feelings, right? So your feelings is more about the vibrational frequency that you're emitting out. Okay, now if you don't know what that means yet, stay with me, because I'm going to be breaking all of that down, because there's a lot of jargon, a lot of spiritual woo-woo saying, like the vibrational frequency. I'll break that down in a second, right? So your feelings, your emotional states that you're feeling internally, but also the vibrational frequency that you're emitting out based upon the emotional state that you're in. Okay, so your thoughts determine your feelings, and your feelings determine your actions. It's determining your actions, whether you do something or whether you don't do something. It's affecting your decisions. Haven't you noticed that when you're in a negative emotional state, you do things differently compared to when you're in an empowering emotional state? Right? So this is the path to manifestation. If you want to change this and this, the external world, you must first change these two things here. Right? But also, one thing I will add on to this is also what you attract. Your thoughts and feelings determines how you act, but also what you attract into your life, which I'll be showing you exactly how that works in a second. So stay with me. Now, this is the law of attraction right here. Thoughts determines feelings, feelings determines actions, or what you attract, and what you attract or how you act determines the results that you get. More money or less money, a great relationship or a shit relationship, a heartbreak or a heart full of love. But then you need to think about this question. What determines the thoughts that you think? which leads down to the results that you get. Because most of us want to change the results, right? The problem. We all want to change the problems that we have. But you need to think about that if you don't focus on the problem maker, this right here, then you're going to keep attracting what you're getting right now. You can try to change your external world by making new decisions, by using willpower to do something. But if you don't focus on the problem maker, the vibrational frequency that you're emitting out, you're going to keep attracting the same things, circumstances, people, and events, based upon the vibrational frequency that you're emitting out, based upon the thoughts that you're thinking, either consciously or subconsciously. What creates the thoughts that you think is this thing right here, and that is your input. Now your input is based upon what you're doing right now, but if you think about all the input that you've had in the past when you were growing up until this very moment, another word for that could be conditioning. What you've constantly been conditioned by from outside influences. Parents is a big one, right? And there's three ways that we are conditioned, and there's three ways that we are inputting certain things into our subconscious, right? Because this is connected to this. Right? So this connects to this, which connects to your thoughts. So three ways that we are conditioned, or three ways that we have input into our subconscious mind. Number one is visual programming. So this is all about what you see growing up. So for example, maybe if you saw in your household, everybody around you eating unhealthy, and what's going to happen, that's going to have a huge influence based upon the subconscious beliefs that you have around food, around your self-image. If you saw a destructive relationship with your parents or just with people around you, your best friends and so on, right? You're going to create disempowering beliefs based upon what you are seeing in your environments. You get that? So maybe you have beliefs that love doesn't last or relationships are hard, and you only believe that because that's what you're being programmed, conditioned growing up. That's everything that you've been seeing. That's number one. Number two is verbal programming. This is all about what you hear growing up, right? So for example, in the context of money, right? Finish your sentence. Money is the root of all evil, right? Or what's another one? Money doesn't grow on trees. Now, why most of you who thought of this, why were some of you able to fill in the blank? The reason is because of what you have heard growing up. Most of us have been taught that money doesn't grow on trees, or money is the root of all evil. Now let me ask you a question. If you thought having a blue jacket was evil, would you have one? No. Why? It's the same thing with money. If you believe that money is the root of all evil, you're going to have a very hard time to attract that in if you are believing something is evil, or money isn't important. If you don't believe having clothes is important, you're going to walk around naked based upon the emotional state that you have, based upon the belief system that you have. If you don't believe money is important, you will not attract that. You will maybe get that, but you won't keep it. You will find a way to self-sabotage to conform to what you believe. So that's the second thing, verbal programming. And number three is specific incidents, more specifically the experiences that you had growing up. So maybe going back to relationships, maybe you got cheated on. So now that you believe that men are jerks, or having my heart open means that I'm vulnerable to getting hurt, which is true. But also think about this. When you close yourself off from bad people to get in, you also close yourself off from the good people to get in. And what's interesting is based on the law of attraction, that like attracts like, you're going to attract somebody who is at the same vibrational frequency as you. So you're also going to attract somebody who has their heart closed, and now you have this surface-based relationship that is all based on the head and not on the heart, because you have closed this off. There's a saying that birds with the same feather flock together. Like attracts like. You will attract somebody who is at the same vibrational frequency as you, based upon the subconscious beliefs that you have, based upon the programming, the input that you're constantly doing from growing up, but also what you were doing right now. So my question to you is, if you are unhappy with the results that you were getting, what is your inputs? What are the seeds that you were implanting into your subconscious mind now? And then there's a process. I'm going to show you some practical tools to give you awareness to the input that you've had as a child or growing up, so you can change that. Because the very first step to change is awareness. So now that you get all of this, right? That like attracts like, that law of attraction states that like attracts like, that you will attract somebody or circumstances, events, or people based upon the same frequency that you are at. So here's what I want you to think about now. Let me give you a visual example of the vibrational frequency. So think of it like this. We all have 5 senses: what we see, feel, hear, smell, and taste. Okay. Now our visual sense can't really pick up on certain things, such as the vibrational frequency that we're emitting out, which is what I believe why a lot of people don't really believe in the law of attraction, because they need to see it to believe it. But there are so many things that our auditory sense can't pick up. Certain frequencies of a dog whistle. When it gets to a certain frequency, our auditory sense can't pick that up, but dogs can. So doesn't it mean that there must be certain frequencies and vibrations that we can't visually see through the human experience? But what happens is, if you think of it like this, right? Let's say that we have 2 emotional states here, just to generalize everything: lack and abundance. And let's say these emotional states have a certain frequency that we can see. And that has the red little circles over here, and the abundance state has this like little sharp up and down motion. So think of it like this. If you are feeling lack, you're going to attract certain people, circumstances, or events that are aligned with the vibrational frequency that you're emitting out. So let's say these 3 things: love, money, and people. Let's say that the people who are in lack, they are emitting out the same frequency as that you're feeling. Now what's going to happen is it's going to be like a magnet. You're going to attract this person into your life because you are emitting the same vibrational frequency. The red little circles and the red little circles here. And then you're going to attract another person who's going to be in a relationship that is going to align with what you are feeling internally through your subconscious beliefs. So you're going to attract somebody who is going to conform to your belief that men are jerks, because that's all you think about. That's the emotion that you're feeling internally on a subconscious level. So you're going to attract that jerk who is going to conform to what you believe, who is going to align with what you believe. Get it? And then with money, if you believe that money is the root of all evil, or money doesn't grow on trees, or money is hard to make, well, the universe just says yes. And that's a key thing. The universe is always just saying yes. I have no money. Yes. Okay, cool. Let me send you no more money. Money is hard to make. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you circumstances, people, and events that are going to conform to what you were saying and to what you were believing. Because the universe only has one language. It's not responding to the words that you speak, but it's responding to the emotions that you're emitting out. So you can say that money doesn't grow on trees, or money is hard to make. You can say that with your mouth, but if you are feeling that on a subconscious level, then what you're going to attract is that emotions that you are feeling. So money is hard to make. Okay, the universe just goes, okay, cool, great. Well, I'm gonna make it hard for you to make. But if you change the emotional frequency that you are emitting out through thinking different thoughts, through reprogramming your subconscious mind, through changing the input that you're constantly putting in every single day, you are going to vibrate at a different level, and you're going to attract different things into your life. Now, the real question now becomes, well, Matt, that's cool on theory, but how do I actually do this? There are so many different ways. If you want to start to feel abundant, one thing is awareness. And sometimes it's easy through questions I like to use. So you can ask yourself certain questions. Relationships are what? If you're trying to attract either the same sex or a different sex into your life, then you go, men are what? First thing that comes to your mind. Because what happens is when you become aware of the first thing that comes into your mind, that's coming up for the subconscious. But if you give yourself time to think, then usually what happens is we start to filter and we start to rationalize the answer. So men are what? Women are what? Relationships are what? Money is what? Become aware of that. That's through your subjective experience, but also it's really important to get a coach so you can get that objective feedback where that person can become aware of your language, or can become aware or can ask you different questions that really gives you answers that person can give you awareness of. Then that way, then your coach can give you feedback, whether that's with some other different coach, whether that's with me. If you do want to get coaching, there's a link down below to that. But if not, then that's totally cool. Also, one thing that has really helped me is the food that I eat. Because your food affects your mood. If you're eating processed foods, drinking Coca-Cola, drinking alcohol, constantly drinking all of these foods that don't make you feel good, then what's going to happen is because you don't feel good, you're going to attract certain things that's going to align with how you're feeling. But if you change your food, you change your mood. And if you're new to this channel, I have a health and fitness channel where I have a ton of different videos about health and fitness, which I'll leave down below as well. Another one is exercise. Because you need to think about the word emotion. Emotion is just energy in motion. How you move determines how you feel. How you are sitting right now is determining how you're feeling. So if you're not exercising, I like to exercise in the morning because it sets a tone for my day, it will really start to change what you're attracting in. But that's kind of like surface level stuff, like just changing how you're eating, changing how you're moving. But what we really want to get into is this. Letting any past condition to come up through questions that you ask yourself or objective feedback through a coach. Or what you can do is you can just start to reprogram it and not even become aware of it. Think of it like this. Let's say I have a glass and it's just full of mud. And the mud represents the disempowering beliefs that you have that is attracting disempowering circumstances into your life. Well, what happens if I get a hose and I just start to put it into the glass, what's going to happen? That mud is still going to be there because of all that past conditioning. But over time, what's going to happen if I have that hose there for long enough? All that mud is going to come out, and then soon it's just going to be water. And the water represents the empowering beliefs. So what you can do is change your input. Change what you were seeing every day. Are you watching the Kardashians? Which I don't really know anything about them. But you're going to have a totally different experience, totally different paradigm if you're constantly putting different visual experiences in, such as watching personal development videos. But also, what are you hearing every single day? When you go for walks and when you exercise, what is the music that you're listening to? Are you listening to depressive music, or are you listening to empowering music? Or are you listening to personal development audios? Also, one other thing before I end this video. One thing that has helped me so much with this, becoming aware of everything that's in my subconscious, is meditation. Sitting in silence, breathing, watching the thoughts that just go by, not attaching to them, but just becoming aware of them, has really helped me become aware of the stories that were stored into my subconscious, the old limiting beliefs that were stored into my subconscious. Not listening to binaural beats, not listening to some music, but just sitting for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour, and just letting anything that comes up to come up. So I really hope that this video helped you out, get a basic understanding of it all. If you do want some objective feedback through coaching, then you can join my alignment program, which I'll leave down below, and you can get some other ideas about how it works. And if you want to apply, then apply. If not, totally cool. I've got this video to really help you start the process of attracting different things to get a different result. So I really hope that this video helped you out. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought. Share this if you thought that if someone else is going to resonate or needs to hear this message. And until I see you in the next video, remember to love all living things, and most importantly, love thyself.